In this lesson, we'll review a math question from the problem solving section. We're on page 950, question 7 out of 8 before the grid-in starts. So we know this is a moderate to difficult problem. If y is inversely proportional to x and y is 15, x is 5, the question now asks what's the value of y when x is 25. So inversely proportional, I want you to keep this in mind. It's not a very common problem. What you normally will see on the test would be much earlier, like number 3 or 4 would be if we're told that two variables are directly proportional. And you really don't need a formula because this is sort of intuitive. So directly proportional, if we were told that x is directly proportional to y, it'd be x equals y, and then you could have some constant. But you don't really need the constant. Let me just explain. So let's say this is number 3. We're told that x is directly proportional to y, and now we're given values the first time. Let's say we're told that x is 40 and y is 10. Okay, so you should recognize here, and we might even be given another one. It could be like, 60 and 15. So this is a table. And then we're told what's the value, or asked what's the value of y if x is 120. So you should recognize here, if it's directly proportional, it's just a factor here of 4, all right? 4 times 10 is 40, 4 times 15 is 60, so 4 times what value? The answer would be 30. That's directly, okay? So keep that in mind. It's pretty common, number 3, number 4. Inversely, I want you to remember a formula, and here's the formula. If you ever see inversely proportional, it's x equals 1 over y times the constant. I want you to remember this formula, okay? Because it's not as intuitive as directly. So if you were to simplify this, let's say we multiply both sides by y, you're going to end up then with x times y equals k. I want you to remember this formula. This is the formula if you're given values. It's really going to help. So you see how we're given the values of both of these the first time? We're going to go back to that formula, x times y. We need to figure out the constant. So x times y is just going to be 15 and 5, and then the constant we can figure out is 75. It will always be 75. Just remember this formula, okay? Now, you see how the second time we use the same formula. We know x times y, in this case, equals the constant, 75. We have the value of x, so it's 25 times y equals 75, and then y is simply 3. So it's a pretty easy problem, but I really want you to remember this formula. It's not quite as intuitive as directly. This is a little bit more difficult. So here's the formula, and the answer in this case is 3C. All right, see you next time. Thanks for watching.